It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're reacting and having a discussion about a video from QuietKills. It has been a while since I've talked about a QuietKills video, so it's pretty exciting to get back into it and get into the topic, which it's titled DBD's Worst Chapter Ever. If you want to see the original video, it'll be linked in the description. But let's get into it. I'm pretty excited to hear what we're talking about today.
With DBD permanently. Dang, first day in a while I actually had to stop streaming early because I was having so little fun with all the bugs. First ever Dead by Daylight match today and disconnected. DBD is the buggiest it has ever been.
How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this company. Fix the game! It sucks playing this and I'm fucking addicted, so I can't quit! I'm so sick of this shit!
Alright, y'all, let's just get into it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush for this one. I'm not gonna tickle your testicles under the table. Let's just talk about it. Let's just address the fucking elephant in the room. This new update sucks. It's trash. I'm not playing this. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I have run out of patience. I have run out of patience. I'm done. I can't. It's so bad. This update is so bad. Behavior, what have you done? What have you done to my beloved? Look, okay. I love playing killer, okay? Hear me out. I love playing killer. I freaking love just slaughtering survivors, just hunting them down, chasing them and murdering them. But I feel like I've been pushed out.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I completely agree with that. With all of that has been said. Pretty crazy to see a lot of notable names have actually tweeted about this. I've also spoken about it in the past as well with a couple of previous videos. And once again, we're seeing it again, right? We're seeing how just the game, the game is completely falling apart here from what we can see. And I have to agree, like with QuietKills here, like I enjoy playing killer. I think the most out of it, out of the two sides in the game, and I think that for whatever reason, like the game has been constantly like sort of pushing back on kill, like as on me at least specifically as a killer player, like to just kind of put me off from trying to play killer, which in turn just means I don't end up playing the game. And I've felt this way for a while, but now that we get yet another patch kind of reinforcing that idea, it just kind of seems like that is seemingly to be the case now, even more so. And now other people are also saying the same thing, so hey, that's cool. It's good to know that you're not alone in that. So that's great for all of us, I'd say, isn't it? I think so. So yeah, how lovely.
I feel like behavior has pushed me out. I no longer enjoy it. It is not fulfilling. It is not rewarding. It is an awful experience at the moment. Once again, a brand new chapter releases in a completely unplayable state with game-breaking bugs. Take a look at this. So, as you can see, not only is there just like a random fucking beam on the loading screen for like, what the fuck? Like, wait, is the chapter still under construction? It sure as shit plays like it is. Like, what the fuck is that doing there? And I think the fact that this is even there just goes to show they did not play the final product of this like version of the game that they just launched to the public. They didn't play it. All they would have had to do is play one singular match to see this was there. That's it. It's just they had to play one match. They didn't even do that much. How do you miss this? It's fucking huge. How do you overlook this? And then there's another bug, because of course there is. There's another bug where you just can't get into a chase. You just can't initiate the chase.
So I actually had spoken about the chase bug in its own video, which I can link at the end. And I've also spoken about the beam like being in the loading screen. Also, I've spoken about that. And yeah, I even on stream I had spoken about it as well. I mean, it's pretty much a well-known issue, as I've said, and in that video as well. I just pretty much run Bamboozle just to at least help with the issue, just in case it happens. Just to be able to block windows and stuff like that, so that just in case it's impossible to catch up at all. And once again, I'm glad we have yet somebody else bring up this point, because this is a common problem. This is something that keeps happening to everybody who's been playing the game, and that is a massive problem. I have to say, it's a massive problem. This should not be in the game. This should not be the case. Like, this is not something
theme So yeah, just every window's an infinite. So that's fun. Oh, but just you wait, because we haven't even gotten to the best part yet. This has been an issue for over a fucking year! Genuinely kind of annoyed with behavior for saying there was a no chase bug in the first event with the void crystals, seeing it again in the PTB, and the bug is still in the live game now. Over a...
At least for once, Scott is actually giving us some actual, like, you know, well thought out facts. So this is good to see. And I gotta say, yeah, no, this is, I've also heard this point as well. For some reason, the bug was in the event with void crystals, and it was never fixed. Seen it in the PTB, never fixed. Went to live, and now, as I even mentioned in my own video talking about the fog vials, it just breaks the audio, it breaks the sound. People are just like completely muted pretty much the whole thing, and you could check at the end screen, there's no iron will. It's insane. And it's crazy how many people are defending this item when it's causing these problems. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, I've already given the clips. I've even shown just in general as it is, it's a problem. But even more so now, it's breaking it. Not only is there a no chase bug, but then it's also just breaking the game in general with other stuff it does. It's insane. I don't know why. I don't understand it. And I've spoken about this, man. It's like, you can't deny that this is the case. You can't deny that this exists.
Year to fix it, and they just did nothing. It's completely game breaking. I don't know.
Which, as you can see, Scott actually writes it down there. If you walk into a fog vial chase, just permanently breaks for the rest of the game. That's what I was experiencing when I had started playing right when the patch dropped. You could see it in the stream that I was playing keyboard and mouse on console to try it out, see if it was good. And yeah, like, throughout the whole stream, man.
What to say? I don't know what to say. And it doesn't even stop there. This isn't even to mention the tons of new bugs across the entire killer roster at the moment, such as Xenomorph being able to see dream palette spawns for some reason, and multiple killers and perks being plagued with all sorts of bugs.
Yep, I spoke about that on Mr. Headache's video as well. For some reason, we're seeing Freddy's palette placements on Xeno. Who knows why? There's an audio problem with the tail attack. Who knows why? Like, it's like literally he says, Mr. Headache had said it caused like actual pain, you know what I mean, to actually hear that sound, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn, like, what is going on? Like, this, it's freaking chaos. Like, what the heck? But yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to talk about this, because I know I'm like, it's almost like you're taking crazy pills when you when you talk about it, and people will actively deny its existence. It's like, what do you mean? Like, how do you explain everybody talking about it?
Like, please tell me, what is even the point of having a PTB if not only a slew of new issues?
Yo, the fog vial just sticking out of his wrist like a damn blue boil on the absolute buns of this garbage game right now is crazy. Oh boy, that's great. That is just absolutely lovely. That's just absolutely lovely. It's insane, you know? The whole point of the PTB is to show things, test things, and then get your feedback, and then you fix it, but it doesn't actually happen for some reason. Now, I've understood that there's been plenty of like times where we talk about like time crunch, like there's certain things that they have to meet in order to have, you know, the product that we have. But I also think like maybe they should push back certain changes, because if they want to release the Walking Dead chapter, cool, like there was nothing wrong with the chapter, but why also release the fog vials with it then? Maybe just wait till like the next patch to drop it in so that you're actually good with it. I mean, they always drop another patch after. They patch it pretty frequently, so I would just imagine, why not just move it over? Because I don't imagine that a lot of these patches really have a time limit, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I wouldn't imagine it does. And if it does, it seems like it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because like, why would you do that? Like, that'd be a pretty bad formula to do. And they've also had mentioned previously that they have moved patches over, or just said, hey, we're gonna just cancel this change from happening. Like, They said that with the anti-slug mechanic, they also mentioned that they weren't going to release it until it was done, or until it was like they wanted to test it again. So I don't know why they didn't just do that again with this situation. They could just be like, you know what, let's not release the item yet. It's not ready. We'll just wait a little bit and then we can drop it then. That would have been probably fine. Like that, you didn't have to really. I get that they're trying to, like, you know, bring a lot of people in with this chapter and stuff like that, but you know, by releasing both a new item and the chapters so that there's like even more stuff for more survivors to get on. So I'm like, I can understand the mentality, but this is not the way to do it, in my opinion. I have to say.
The game, but community feedback is going to be completely ignored time and time again. Clearly the PTB is not serving its purpose. Now let's talk about my least favorite new addition to this game by far, the fart bottles. The design for
Yep, the fart bottles gotta go. The fart bottles gotta go, boys. I already spoke about this. It'll be linked at the end. I don't even want to begin to start ranting about this damn item, man. It's absolutely broken and ridiculous, but you know, once again, you could just watch that video instead.
Philosophy behind this item is egregiously idiotic, as they essentially act as an uninteractive artificial taste lengthener at the expense of the killer's real-world senses. Not only does it have unlimited uses with infinite recharges and counters practically every M2 killer in the game, especially killers like Spirit who become practically unplayable against them, but its biggest—
I'm glad that we actually have a clip. Once again, I already had shown clips on my own video, and once again we see it again. Look at this. You can't see 2 inches in front of your face. Like, what? Come on now. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, come on now. But you know, there's always going to be the people that are the most biased that are going to say, oh, the survivors can't have anything. It's like, what's this? Like, I made a comparison before talking about this, where I had said, what if Hex 2 can play, right? The perk where if you stun the killer, if the survivor stuns the killer, the survivor gets blinded for 1.5 seconds. I said, what if that wasn't a Hex and that was just a perk, or an add-on, or just a base kit mechanic or whatever have you. And every time the survivors were to stun the killer, they would actually be blinded for 5 seconds. And they also were unable to hear anything. And they just didn't know where to go because they can't see or hear anything as they run around the map and just go down instantly. That would completely get patched instantly. Like, it would have been no question. There would have been a patch next day. Like, because they can't... That would have been immediately patched immediately. Like within the day, you would have seen a note, like a kill switch or something go off and be like, oh, we can't have that in the game. But something like this can exist. Like something like this, which is fundamentally the same exact thing, just can exist. Mind you, you can't see through auras. It hides the scratch marks. It hides the sound. It hides everything. Like, I don't understand what the heck is going on. I don't get it.
Who become practically unplayable against them, but its biggest flaw is that it relies on harassing and overwhelming the opposing player's senses to a degree where they completely lose their bearings in game and can't track anybody.
You literally
in the
can't
midst
see
of
a
the
damn
artificial
thing.
Chaos and confusion induced by the vial itself. This is not healthy game design. I think features like these are the cheapest and most unfulfilling ways to create challenges within this game. It's a lot like losing Chase to Dredge during his Nightfall. You lost not because the player themselves did anything to outplay you particularly, but instead because you ran into a wall due to the fact that you can't see shit.
I completely agree with QuietKills here. I don't think that it's a good philosophy to have something like this ridiculous in the game. Like if it was a different mechanic, the way that it functioned, where it's like if you can use it as a way to divert like view, or maybe you can use it as a tool to hide auras around certain things, that would be fine. But you can use it up close and completely disorient and blind like the player, and then they can't see or hear or know where to go, effectively losing the survivor and then not being able to actually finish or even down most people because they can't even see or hear them. And I've also heard the argument that people don't have an issue, but I think there's either two things that are happening with a statement like this. One, the survivor is not using it effectively, where in the sense that they can just sort of pop it around a corner and then just not be spotted for whatever reason, because that's usually what people are doing. But I've also gone against people that don't know how to use it, where they'll just pop it in the middle of it, like just 2 inches away from you, and just activate it for no reason. I've seen that happen. And of course, if you're 2 inches away from the survivor, you could probably see at least somewhat of a silhouette in front of your freaking face. But in most cases, when you are going against people that are actually, you know, experienced on Survivor and understand how to use the tools given to them, you're probably not going to have that same result every single game. Where a lot of us are referring to those situations where there are the super stealth dropping a bomb everywhere and you can't see a damn thing. Not to say, well, I mean, I guess you could say it's a skill issue, but regardless, on the Survivor end, I should say, regardless, it's still a problem. Like, just because somebody can't use it well enough doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a problem. Those are not the same thing. They're just not. If there was a weird bug on like Bubba or something where you can like insta rev and only like certain players know how to do it, it doesn't make it any less broken, right? Like, just imagine like they were just able to just do some kind of animation cancel and insta rev behind you without revving up their chainsaw. Just think about it that way, right? We'll use Bubba as an example because he's right on the screen. What if that was a thing, right? But only a few select players know how to do it. That would still be broken because the people who still knew how to do it can just instantly one-shot people, right? Up close, without any rev animation, without any chance to catch up to you. Maybe there'll be like some kind of bug or you have like infinite, like you have like 10 or 20% haste or something, and then like you have an insta rev or something like that. Just because it could only be a select few people that knew how to do it doesn't make it any less broken. That's the whole point, if it has to be explained in that way.
Cheap, uninteractive, and not really rewarding or indicative of skill on either side, and it's just obnoxious to deal with repeatedly throughout every single trial. Can I make something happen through here?
What? I'm glad that we once again have another example of the Fog Vial just being ridiculous. And I don't know if it's an add-on thing. I don't know if it's some kind of weird like mechanic problem. I don't know if it's a graphics problem. Like, I really have no idea. But that cloud right there is what all of us have been seeing. Like, pretty much every single time. All of us have been seeing just that. It's insane. Like, he's running around. You can't see a goddamn thing. Like, what the hell? It activates, he sees the scratch marks, he climbs the stairs, and then it's just gone. I'm gonna pause it so you can actually, like, you can actually take a look. He climbs up the stairs. You can't even see the ground. Like, there's no floor. It's just wall and just cloud. Like, there is nothing else on screen. It's ridiculous, man.
I'm done. I'm not playing this shit. I'm just gonna play Survivor, bro. I can't. My patience is gone, bro. I don't have patience. I don't have patience. This game is fucking unplayable right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This shit feels fucking unplayable. My video might just have to be a rant. I have never had less fun playing this fucking game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm trying to get a video recorded for y'all, bro. I promise. I'm trying to get a banger ass video recorded for y'all, but I cannot play this shit. This game is unplayable right now. There needs to be some serious change. I'm done playing Killer. There needs to be some serious changes. This is unfucking bearable. I cannot give this company my money, bro. I cannot reward this totally incompetent team of fucking lobotomites my money for producing this absolute dog shit, out of touch ass chapter.
I'm glad that QuietKills says this, man, which is no shame to anybody who, you know, who loves The Walking Dead and then buy into it, you know, whether or not they knew if the chapter was broken or whatever have you. Obviously, that, you know, if that needs to be said, you know, it's been said. But main point is, I agree with that statement. I also just never bought the chapter because I just don't really play Survivor, so it really would just not make sense for me to have content that I won't use. But I do also agree with the statement in general. Like, there's no reason to support, if you haven't got it already, when the game just isn't functioning, when you're literally paying like your hard-earned money to support the game and to get content for it and continue to enjoy the game and even indirectly support and promote their game by doing that, right? It would be better to kind of speak with your wallet in that way and just be like, I'm not going to support this until they actually decide to fix it. You know what I mean? And that makes complete sense, and I completely agree.
I really can't do it. Honestly, I think this chapter confirms what a lot of people already suspected. I think after this point, it is undoubtable, it is irrefutable. Behavior does not play or test their product before shipping it out for the final launch. They just don't. After playing this hot crock of horse shit of a chapter, there's no way you can convince me that they play tested this beforehand. There's no shot. All right.
Is there a possibility that behavior doesn't test it because the PTB exists, so they assume that everybody who plays the PTB will just kind of give them the information that they need? Is that a possibility? Because I don't know if that's a good idea. I understand the point. I understand, I guess, the philosophy or something like that. But I mean, it would make the most sense to play test it first, then put it in the PTB, see if it works, then release. Like, that would make more sense. Now, obviously, not a game dev. Obviously, I don't work there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no affiliation with behavior, so I don't know how it works. But that's just a theory. Okay.
They don't test it. They don't play it. They don't play their own game. Okay. We already knew this, but this just confirmed it. Okay. Like, it's so bad. There's no way they played this shit. I want you guys to take a look at this clip real quick and tell me, does it look like they actually play tested this item?
Thank you. I'm once again, we have yet another clip. We have another clip. Who can see through this? Like, crying out loud. It's just mind-blowing to me, like, that there's people out there that really believe that this is just killer cope, like this is not a problem. Like no. What's this? Like, what is this? We have literally, like, how do you explain this? Like, what the heck?
How would you look at that? You don't need to be a big brain, fancy schmancy game developer with an expensive degree to use your own 2 fucking eyes for free and tell that this shit doesn't work. Please, somebody enlighten me. How the fuck you were supposed to see through this dense ass fog and tall ass shrubbery? I need somebody to explain to me how behavior play tested this item and thought it was a good idea. Like, this shit is dumb on paper. Like, how did this shit even come off the drawing board? What do you mean you're gonna pitch an idea for an item to me that totally obscures the killer's vision, has infinite recharges, goes through walls, goes through ceilings, muffles sound, hides scratch marks? What are you talking about? Stop talking now, immediately. That's a bad idea. Throw it out. Throw it out, and you're fired. And you're fired, and we're cutting your hands off while we're at it. We're cutting your hands off. I don't care. I want your hands now. I want your hand. I don't want you writing any more ideas down. Like, that would be my response if someone pitched that idea to me. But the funny thing is, the answer's obvious. The answer to this question is obvious. They didn't play test it. They didn't. That's why it's here, and that's why it's as bad as it is. Because they just didn't play test it,
which is very odd. I don't understand why that's the case. I mean, I understand that they, usually are working on multiple things at the same time, I would imagine. I mean, from what we've heard in interviews and stuff like that, they're usually working on many different chapters over time. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if it really makes a lot of freaking sense, to be honest.
And here we are. Once again, I'm not going to be purchasing anything from this store until they make big changes. I'm voting with my dollar. You are not going to get a penny from me if you continue to disrespect my time and my money. You're just not going to get any more money from me, behavior. And I really wish more people would do this as well, because clearly they don't respond to anything else except one thing, and that's money. That's all they hear. Money speaks a lot louder than words. It speaks a lot louder than tweets, I'll tell you that. So I'm voting with my dollar. I really want these characters. I really want these cosmetics. I'm not buying shit. I'm just done. I'm done. I'll make some Survivor content for a bit, but I'm over this shit. I'm not fucking with that new.
Hey, at least there's a lot of people in the community that are really stating this information, that are putting it out there, that they are not a fan of this, and it's good to see. I'm glad that we as a community can come together and all agree on something. You know what I mean? You know, there's going to be people all over the place that have differing opinions, and that's perfectly okay. And if you do have any opinions at all, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of the Fog Vials. Let me know what you think of the video. So you can watch the original video, or you can actually check out QuietKills' channel. Fantastic creator. And while you're down there, you can support the channel with the links in the description. You can follow on Twitch to watch me play Killer live, even during this patch. And yeah, I just, you know, my final thoughts is, you know, it's definitely just great to see that a lot of us are, you know, sort of in agreement with this, despite the fact that it ain't looking too good for us killer players, man. It gets kind of worse every patch. I kind of saw this coming, but you know, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for being here, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out those links